Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. Today I would like to bring you some awesome Zelda items that I just got in the mail today and I'm pretty excited about them. The boxing was pretty convoluted, there was a lot to it, so I just pulled them out of the box. I'm going to get right to that in a second. First of all though, this is obviously a copy of Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. On the cover though, this is the main thing, it has the Hylian Shield as well as the Master Sword, and that is what I ordered. Obviously you just read the title of the video to know that, but that is what I ordered. They're not a complete size, so it's not an actual replica size. This is a bit smaller obviously for a display piece, so I could put it on my Zelda wall was my intent. Now when I finally opened the box, I was pretty excited, and they're pretty awesome. First things first that I would like to show you, this came with 2 swords and 1 shield, so I'll show you the Master Sword first. So here is the Master Sword in all of its glory. This is pretty incredible, I really like this. Even though this is really small and it's not the most detailed piece, for the price, and I can tell you this whole set I paid $40 for, including shipping, for the price I think it's exactly what to expect. So this sword is stainless steel, I think it's 440 grade, and it's 17 inches long, and it's both detailed on the back and in the front. This one is made in China. Obviously it's made in China because everything's made in China. Canada was probably made in China at this point. So this sword, it's pretty hefty, it's kind of heavy. You wouldn't obviously ever want to use this for anything other than a display piece. It's pretty awesome, and it's not completely detailed, but if we compare it there to the shield on the cover, it does look pretty similar. I think there's supposed to be the little jewel on the sword itself and not actually part of the plastic here, which is not always that good as part of the handle, but pretty excited about this sword anyways. It did come with a second sword because it's supposed to be displayed, I guess, with 2 swords, but Link never carries around 2 Master Swords, what I'm aware of anyways. So the other Master Sword it comes with is a lot more plain. The handle is circular and it's smaller, and there's no color work whatsoever, so there's a little bit to be desired on this. I might actually upgrade this shield, or upgrade this sword, and actually do some paint work on it, and try and make it look like the other one. I really don't know why they half-assed the second sword. I guess just because they thought when you display it you'd never be looking at them or pulling them out anyways. But it was kind of my intent to have one sword one place in the room and another sword elsewhere in the room. So maybe I'll pimp my sword and make it look just as good as the other one does. Now let's get to the shield. The shield is made from resin and it looks pretty spectacular. It's not spot on, but again for the price of $40, it's pretty awesome. So here is that shield, and this one is pretty heavy. It's 8.5 inches I think by 6.5 inches. The detail work though is not completely perfect. So right away when you look at this you might notice that there are some things wrong, but I can tell you first of all, we have the Triforce up here on the top. You have that red bird that was highlighted or detailed in Skyward Sword. I can't believe growing up, when I actually played through Ocarina of Time, especially for the first time, that I never really noticed the pixels on it looked like a bird. I don't know how I looked past that. I was kind of always wondering, I wonder what that is. And it's so obvious to me now that it's a bird, especially after playing Skyward Sword. Not really spoilers if you've never played that game before. The rest of the detail work on the sword are pretty good. It's not perfect. I do have some Zelda mints here as another thing to compare this to, and normally the Hylian Shield has some little circles as detail work. This shield is lacking that. The bottom has the Triforce last piece, which this piece is obviously missing as well, which is a little unfortunate that they left out some of those details, and it looks like there's probably a little bit more detail on the side here that they left out here as well. But that's okay because this is a display piece. When you first look at it at first glance, it's really hard to tell that it's missing some pieces, and it does look pretty awesome and it's pretty hefty. Now the back looks pretty rushed, because no one's ever supposed to look at the back, but there is a little hanging piece here so you can put it up on the wall, and there are holes for you to put the swords in this piece. So I'm going to do that now, and I really think this second sword is obviously not completely finished because I guess it's supposed to be facing away or something like that. I guess that was their logic. And you can put them both like this, or I think it might look a little bit better if I actually put the one Master Sword on the other side. I don't know why, I guess a little bit of a stickler for the way it looks, and I might just display this with only one sword, or with 2 swords. I'm not really sure what I should do. So here, take a look at it with 2 swords. This is the way it would look when it hangs on my wall, in between my Zelda posters on my Zelda wall. Let me know as a comment below. Should I display it like this with 2 swords, or should I display it like that with only 1 sword? Please comment below and let me know what you think. And also let me know, What is your favorite Zelda item in any Zelda game? Is it the Hylian Shield, the Master Sword, the Mirror Shield, the Claw Shots, the Double Claw Shots, the Bow and Arrow? There are so many things like the Boomerang and everything else that you can choose. Let me know below what is your favorite Zelda item and why. I would love to read your comments and just start the conversation about how awesome some Zelda items are, because they really are outstanding. Thank you very much for watching my video. Make sure you fill that like bucket, follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, and remember, as always, link together and go collect them all.